Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the state of the modern mind. A mind that is burdened, overwhelmed, and in many cases teetering on the brink of collapse. This is not a minor issue. It's a crisis, and it's growing. You see, we live in a world where the flow of information has become a flood, drowning us in stimuli, demands, and distractions. And what is the consequence? Mental chaos, stress, and despair. Now think for a moment. In the past, life was slower. People worked hard, yes, but their lives had natural pauses, moments of quiet. There were no smartphones to buzz in their pockets, no endless stream of news to ignite their anxiety, no barrage of notifications demanding their attention. The mind, delicate and limited in its capacity, could breathe. But today, we have no such luxury. Every second, you are being fed a new piece of information, a new demand, a new thing to worry about. Your mind has become like an overstuffed suitcase. It can no longer close, and everything is spilling out in chaos. And yet, rather than stepping back to sort through it, we shove more in. We scroll, we click, we consume, and we distract ourselves to death. This is not sustainable. You must understand this. The mind cannot function when it is constantly overloaded. Balance is not a luxury, it is a necessity. To live a good life, you must dedicate as much time to processing your experiences as you do to acting upon them. You need reflection as much as you need productivity. You need stillness as much as you need motion. Let me make this clear. Half of your time should be spent in action, working, solving problems, building your life. But the other half must be spent in quiet contemplation. This isn't laziness, it's wisdom. The mind needs time to digest, to take the chaos of your experiences and turn it into something meaningful. If you don't give it that time, you will break. The lost art of meditation. Now, what is meditation? It's not some mystical, esoteric practice. It's the act of sitting down, closing your eyes, and shutting out the world. It's turning off the constant noise and turning inward to face yourself. And let me tell you, this is not easy. For many of you, the thought of being alone with your thoughts is terrifying. Why? Because you know that what you'll find is a mess, an accumulation of unresolved emotions, unprocessed experiences, and unanswered questions. But here's the hard truth. You can't clean up your mind by avoiding it. You can't fix what's broken by distracting yourself. You must face the chaos. You must sit in the stillness, let the noise settle, and begin to sort through the mess. Meditation is not about escaping the world. It's about preparing yourself to re-enter it with clarity and strength. Learning from failure. And let's not forget another critical part of this, learning. You see, many of you are stuck in the same patterns, repeating the same mistakes, and wondering why your life isn't improving. This is not intelligence. This is stubbornness, masquerading as perseverance. Take Thomas Edison as an example. He failed hundreds of times while inventing the light bulb. But he didn't call them failures. He called them lessons. He learned from every single attempt, refining his process until he succeeded. That's what learning looks like. It's trying, failing, reflecting, and trying again. It's not blindly doing the same thing over and over, hoping for a different result. If you are unwilling to learn from your experiences, you will never grow. Worse, you will become bitter, blaming the world for your problems instead of taking responsibility for your actions. That is not the path forward. Adapting to a changing world. Now consider the world we live in today. It's moving faster than ever before. In a single day, you're exposed to more information than someone from the 15th century would have encountered in months. And this is not going to slow down. The pace of change will only increase, and the demands on your mind will grow with it. You have two choices. You can resist this reality, clinging to old habits and outdated ways of thinking, or you can embrace it. You can rise to the challenge, adapt, and become stronger. The choice is yours. But let me remind you, stagnation leads to suffering. Growth leads to life. How to move forward. So what should you do? First, take responsibility for the state of your mind. Stop blaming the world for your stress. It's not the world's job to slow down for you. It's your job to create space for yourself. Take time each day to step away from the noise. Go for a walk, sit quietly and listen to music. Play with your kids or your dog. Do something that doesn't demand anything from you. Second, embrace meditation. Even 20 minutes a day can make a difference. During this time, let the world fade away. No phones, no emails, no thoughts of what you need to do next. Just be. Let your mind rest and reset. Think of it as a way to clean the slate, to prepare yourself for the challenges ahead. Finally, learn to learn. When you fail, and you will fail, don't see it as the end. See it as a lesson. Reflect on what went wrong. Adjust your approach and try again. This is how you grow. This is how you move forward. The challenge and the opportunity. The modern world is overwhelming, yes, but it's also full of potential. The pressure you feel is not just a burden, it's an opportunity to expand your consciousness, to grow into something greater than you were before. The question is, will you rise to meet it, or will you let it crush you? You have the power to choose, but remember, the path forward requires effort. It requires courage. And most importantly, it requires responsibility. So take it. Take responsibility for your mind, your life, and your future, because no one else will do it for you.